Well, hello everybody. You see me holding up another paleta, right? I've always eat it and show you while I'm eating it, but I wanted to do this too. Ready? I want you to hear it. Hear it. Now that's raw. And I don't know, me personally, I like the way it looks. Anyways, this one has limon. This is limon. It's delicious. I have to bite into it. It's crazy how we're not hearing much. Besides the DOJ trying to send more migrants to different countries. It's insane. They're sending them to different countries. I always thought when you get deported, you go to Mexico. Apparently, they're using this tactic as a deterrent. It's similar to what Jeff Sessions did when they did the separation at the border, where the families got separated, the kids got separated, they got lost. I believe they're still lost, or some of them were found, but not all of them still lost, you know. And it's just cruel. It's cruel. It's cruel in nature. It's really sad that he's gonna probably get away with shipping a lot of people out. And we're still in the United States, so that means he's changing everything. That means that up is down, down is up. The document that we've lived on and called the foundation of footing into the right direction with a lot of mistakes. Although be it looks like the Constitution is to become like toilet paper eventually. They say it's gonna erode. The people say they can't do nothing because they have no control of actions that stop bills from becoming law. A madman with a pen and a diaper. What the hell? That's really good. That's why I like to get sweets a lot. It's it's like eating popcorn and watching a movie, you know, a horror movie, you know? Like, I couldn't have written a better movie. I don't think Stephen King could have written a better movie. Sure, even that guy, was it Key or Pell? That guy from Key and Pell, the one that wrote I just watched Get Out too. I knew what was gonna happen. That was my first time ever watching it. Good movie though. Scary. Well, anyway. Having something to eat while watching the world burn, knowing that to put it out, it's not gonna require one fire hose. You know? I don't know, man. Really good. Well, it's scary. Right now it's scary. They're suppressing what we're supposed to be hearing. All that killing in that nation, they're killing the kids, and they're not letting food or aid. They're bombing safe places, and it's a mission that they're on. They're on a mission. They're gonna eradicate them. Like, I start thinking about World War II and how they were fortunate enough that the United States stepped in to give them territory to flourish on. And gave them back their homeland. And they're eradicating anybody else who's saying otherwise, while other countries are watching this happen. It's scary because the terrorist nations haven't hit yet, but it's like I'm waiting for it to drop. There are people dying. Our children. I pray God Almighty or whomever gives them comfort in the end of their life that they're always with them. And that's sad and pathetic because I can't do nothing for them. Sending prayers and best wishes to those who have passed away or are suffering right now. They're dying. And it's bad. War is war. They're getting warred on. That's not even a word. Eating this right now, talking about that really made me sad. It's like when Yoda felt all the Star Wars people dying, his Jedis all dying at once, and he dropped his cane. He said, "I heard." He grabbed his corazon, bro. That shit was fucked up. I could feel that pain. That's like a describable pain that was undescribable. Poor Yoda. But anyways, to move on, I'm gonna say this once more. I hope and I pray, because that's all I can do. And I hope and pray that it stops and they just leave him alone. But I don't know. War is war. There's money to be made in death. I guess that's why they call it blood money. Money's the root of all evil. But try to switch it on to a different lighter note. I guess that bill, that BBL bill, is definitely not sounding like it's gonna land as a clean slide into home. And it won't end up on the president's desk where he can sign it with the executive pen. I'm messed up. Anyway, it's real sad right now. But that bill, hopefully it won't pass in the Senate, and people don't lose Medicaid and Medicare and all that stuff that comes along with the bill, that they're trimming all the fat off for those millionaires, or for the corporations that hire people who are called illegals, and all they get is a fine and a slap on the hand. But the people who they pay for cheap money or labor, they're the ones that have to suffer in the end, and their families. Right now there's a persecution going on. They're purging all the migrants, all the Venezuelans, even the Haitians and all that shit. They're bringing white immigrants from freaking Africa. Africa? Seriously? But I guess that's just the direction we're headed in. But anyways, getting back to this damn bill. If we're lucky, a handful of Republicans will join the Democrats to stop the bill or change some aspects of it, because they're going to screw their constituents over. Blue states generate a lot more of the federal income and what they have to pay in taxes each year. However, red states depend on us to fill the gap, the void. And it may not be true, you might talk shit, but it is true. The point is, look it up, got Google. I'm not gonna put it on there, and if I do, it's because I'm being ignorant. Anyways, what I'm saying is that people who really need it are gonna suffer the most. Doesn't matter if you're in a blue or a red state, although it does. The red states are more particular what I'm talking about. They're gonna get hurt. There are a lot of people already talking smack about this bill that are in red states because they know. And then the lies that are being spewed. Oh, it's not gonna raise the debt. It's not. Oh, it is gonna raise the debt. Amongst the sea of lies, there are people in Congress, like Representative like Crockett, Dan Goldman, Moskowitz, Mr. Raskin, there's a lot of, I apologize, that there's a lot of you that are fighting. AOC, Bernie Sanders, I'm not sure which Republicans, that are doing it as well, that are still in Congress. But anyways, the point is that Republicans were first taunting this thing. They're going to do it. But now that it's there, the senators who said we're going to do it are now saying, ooh, you know what, I want to get reelected again and continue being in power or whatever. They're going to lose come election time. If they lose the House, that means they lose all the privileges they got right now. And by that, if we're fortunate enough and get the Senate, that means his executive orders won't be followed through. That Project 2025 is going to have shitload of opposition. It's not going to be implemented so easily as it is now. So there is some hope. But this is why that big beautiful bill may get a chokehold. But hear me out though. The flip side is they decide to pass it. and we're gonna see how far this shit's gonna really go, cause it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. And the people who are, yeah, Trump, they're gonna be like, why, Trump, why? My grandma can't afford $1,000 worth of insulin and pills. She needs that stuff. Like, wow, she's taking advantage of the system. She should get a job, right, Mike Johnson? Yeah. So even though I'm saying it's a good thing, it's still something that is very much a very possibility. They could be this cool. It's like they're dealing it, or like, what is that? The sword that what is that sword called? I forgot, but it's the one sword that's the impending doom. The king who sat above the thing and it fell on him and it killed him, and he was always worried about it or some shit like that. You'll correct me in the comments or tell me what it is. If you're hearing this on Spotify and you're seeing me, thank you. I see y'all download a lot of my stuff and streamed it. I was actually surprised. I was like, oh my god. But my YouTube is still good. I'm getting a little bit of followers, so I appreciate that. I got a lot of views. I'm trying to go in a different direction with, stories and game videos. So I got a lot of that coming out. And on my Etsy store too, I'm posting more listings, and they're pretty good deals. $2 for like 4 items. They're called the bundles. But anyways, so what I'm saying is that on a lighter note, to end this, I just hope it gets better, because it's getting too dark, man. But till next time, y'all be safe. It's the Almighty Lion. Thank you for hearing me out. If you can, do me a favor. I really appreciate it if you could throw me a like, throw me some comments, be nice. But yeah, if you're a Trump person or a Republican or you're a Democrat, whatever you are, look at, man, I just want to talk to you. We don't got to fight. I don't want to fight, man. I don't want to fight. Not like that. Let's talk. We can talk about our problems. We can at least try to listen to each other, even though we got our differences. If we could do that, I think a lot of this stuff will be okay. Because if we as a people, as a nation, don't allow the people in power to push us people around and we unite, put aside our differences right now. Let's focus on one thing and try to take care of the problem, so that way we can preserve. We can try to get the things we want and make them give us what we want, because they are our servants. They serve us. The Constitution is beautiful, and right now it's being trained right. Think about that, y'all. Peace.